Hello and welcome to my message for May. A couple of things I want to talk to you about today. Sure, by now most of you will be aware of the large-scale cyber attack that we experienced in the NHS, and indeed, this was a cyber attack that went to many organisations across the world. There were many NHS trusts that were affected by this. Fortunately, ours was not one of them, and I think this is testimony and because of the really good work that our IM&T department do in looking after and maintaining our services and maintaining our IT. They had to work incredibly hard through the weekend. People were in most of the weekend going through servers, making sure that there were no infections anywhere with any of the PCs. And I really like to say thanks to the people that did work and worked really hard over the weekend. And I think for me this shows some of the real importance of non-clinical services, the role that they play in maintaining how we can work and how we can continue to provide services to patients even in troubling times. So thanks very much to everyone that did all of that work. And I have to say to everyone, you've had these messages before, but you have to be vigilant. We all have to be vigilant. Don't click on anything that you think might be suspicious. Don't open any emails that you don't think are or authentic emails. And if you have any issues, please speak to the IT department. So a bit of advance warning now for World Mental Health Day, which again is in October this year, on the 10th of October. And as in previous years, we are running our popular Uplifting Image competition. This is a competition that we want to raise awareness of people's connection with mental health through photography. And the aim of the campaign is to get as many people as possible to share a picture that helps to promote a better understanding of mental health. We know that 1 in 4 Londoners will experience a diagnosable condition in a year, so we shouldn't be afraid to talk about mental health. We should give mental health as much attention as we give our physical health. So we're getting people involved in this photography competition, Uplifting Image. We want to be able to reach out to more people than ever before and try and challenge the stigma and discrimination that unfortunately is still associated with mental health. So please get out there, take photos, whatever it is that you feel connects and shows some things that makes you feel happy or says something about mental health, and you can submit your images on our website. So the other thing I just wanted to mention was the International Nurses Day that we all celebrated recently. And this day brought together nurses from all across our organisation for a day of learning and reflection on some of the fantastic work that nurses do across the NHS and across our trust every day. So our speakers included Oliver Shanley, who's a regional nurse for NHS England and NHS Improvement, who shared his vision for nursing in London. And really, we all know nurses are at the heart of the delivery of excellent mental health care. And International Nurses Day provided a fantastic opportunity for our nurses to be acknowledged for the hard work they do and the vital role they play in providing excellent patient care. And if you ever wondered what it's like to be a nurse and what it's like working in our trust, you can see this by following the link that's on your screen now. A really good, informative little video that shows some of the things that you may not see. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is a recent CQC visit that we had to our eating disorder services. And the CQC came and they visited both adults and children's eating disorder services, and I'm really pleased to say that their report that they did rated our services as good. This is a second best rating that you can get and is in line with most of the other services in our trust now. It was really pleasing to see in the report that the CQC mentioned that they'd seen the really positive improvements that had happened since the last time they came. And what they particularly picked out was they saw the improved working that was happening between staff and people who use our services, and the improved relationships that were there. And this is one of the hardest things to get right. And so I really think this is testimony to the work that people do in our services. So again, congratulations to all people that work in eating disorder services, and we will keep this work up and make sure that we improve again the next time that the CQC come. As you know, I've spoken to you a lot about agency staff over the last few months, and we've really done a lot of work in terms of reducing the amount of money that we spend on agency staff, getting people onto our own bank, and also recruiting. But we've got more work to do. We've got to make sure that we keep up with this. We continue to reduce the amount we spend on agency staff so that we don't pay this premium that's just going to agencies when that means that we could actually be spending more on patient care. So the work that you've all done about reducing that needs to continue. You need to look at all of your teams. If you are a member of agency staff watching this, I would urge you to join our bank. I believe you can get better conditions, and there are more advantages to joining our bank and working with us in the organisation rather than continuing to work for an agency. If you want any information about how to do this or anything else about agency, please speak to the HR department. They're very happy to there, and they're there to help. You can't escape it. We're in the middle of a general election. And a general election for NHS means many things, and we do seem to be at the centre of a lot of different promises and different campaigns that people are doing about the NHS at the moment. But there's some particular rules that apply during the general election period. It's often referred to as PERDA, and there are rules about what we can and can't do during elections. So my simple advice to you is, if politicians of any party do contact you and wanting to come onto sites or wanting to talk to you about politics and particular parties, we're not allowed to. Please contact the communications department if anyone does contact you, and they will deal with it and they will explain the rules. So please be vigilant around it, and don't forget to vote. So we've had some recent changes to our occupational health service, and from the 31st of May the new service will be delivered by Guy's and St Thomas's NHS Trust. This will be in addition to the employee assistance scheme that we already have, and occupational health staff from Guy's and St Thomas's will be available and will be present at Springfield 2 days a week. They'll be using some new occupational health consulting rooms that we're creating in building 15 on the first floor. In the meantime, if anyone needs to see occupational health until the end of May, Kingston Hospital will still be providing them. And some slight changes for the rest of May. If you do sustain a needle stick injury, you need to attend the nearest A&E department and speak to occupational health the next working day. This will change from the 31st of May when the new occupational health service starts, and further information is available from Angie Hammond or Chris Barton. So that's all I wanted to say at this time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please contact me directly or via the communications department. Thanks.